Are you preparing for D-UN-DY-23 exam? In this video, study the Dell Unity Deploy 2023 exam guides here. There are 40 questions in real D-UN-DY-23 exam, and you have 90 minutes to answer all the questions. The passing score is 63%. The exam price is $230. The languages are English, French, Japanese. D-UN-DY-23 exam topics cover the following details: Dell Unity platform concepts, features, and architecture, Dell Unity XT and UnityVSA installation and service, Dell Unity XT and UnityVSA system administration, Dell Unity XT and UnityVSA storage provisioning and access, storage efficiency, scalability, and performance features, data protection and mobility. D-UN-DY-23 exam preparation guides are below. Understand D-UN-DY-23 exam overview. Master D-UN-DY-23 exam topics. Join Dell Technologies Forum. Practice D-UN-DY-23 exam questions. Practice D-UN-DY-23 exam questions below. What is required to customize access to NFS shares? A. Netgroup name. B. Subnet name. C. Port information. D. Network address. Correct answer is D. Explanation. To customize access to NFS, network file system, shares, you need to define access controls based on the network address. This is typically done by specifying the IP address or subnet from which the NFS client is allowed to connect to the server. This ensures that only devices within the designated network can access the NFS share. What does the Dell Unity XT system do after a NAS server starts outbound traffic to an external service? A. Selects interfaces that are based on advanced static routes. B. Creates an active interface buffer cache in DRA. C. Uses the active production interface. D. Uses packet reflect for outbound communication. Correct answer is C. Explanation. In a Dell Unity XT system, after a NAS, network-attached storage, server starts outbound traffic to an external service, the system typically uses the active production interface for outbound communication. This ensures that the traffic is routed through the most appropriate and efficient network interface configured for production use, facilitating optimal performance and reliability in external communications. Which feature can be configured for a Dell Unity XT file system NFS share? A. Access-based enumeration. B. Protocol encryption. C. Host access level. D. Distributed file system. Correct answer is A. Explanation. Access-based enumeration, ABE, is a feature that can be configured for a Dell Unity XT file system NFS share. It allows the file system to display only the files and folders that the user or host has permission to access, improving security and usability by hiding inaccessible items from unauthorized users. A deployment engineer creates a file system to test file-level retention compliance, FLRC. After testing the feature, they are unable to delete the file system. What is causing this issue? A. Individuals with an administrative role cannot delete FLRC file systems that contain locked files. B. The FLRC option must be changed to FLRE before the file system can be deleted. C. The engineer must delete all locked files before the file system can be deleted. D. The engineer must use the security admin role to delete the FLRC-enabled file system. Correct answer is A. Explanation. In the case of file-level retention compliance, FLRC, the system enforces file retention policies, which lock files for a specific duration to comply with regulatory or organizational policies. These locked files prevent the file system from being deleted. Option A is correct because individuals with an administrative role are typically not allowed to delete a file system that contains locked files under FLRC, to ensure compliance with retention policies. What is a consideration when expanding a dynamic pool? A. The maximum number of drives in a RAID group is 16. B. The minimum number of drives in a RAID 5, 4 plus 1, RAID group is 5. C. The maximum number of drives in a drive partnership group is 64. D. The maximum number of slices in a private LUN is 256. Correct answer is B. Explanation. When expanding a dynamic pool in storage systems like Dell Unity XT, RAID groups and their configurations are key considerations. Option B is correct because in a RAID 5, 4 plus 1 configuration, the minimum number of drives required is 5. This configuration consists of 4 data drives and 1 parity drive, which is necessary to provide data redundancy. What pathing options do Dell Unity XT systems support to provide a host with fiber channel access to block storage? A. Single path, multipath, and alternate path. B. Multipath and alternate path only. C. Single path and multipath only. D. Alternate path and single path only. Correct answer is C. Explanation. Dell Unity XT systems support the following pathing options for providing a host with fiber channel access to block storage. Single path. This option provides a single path between the host and storage, meaning that there is only one physical connection. If this path fails, the host will lose access to the storage. Multipath. This option provides multiple paths between the host and storage, offering redundancy and load balancing. In case one path fails, traffic is automatically rerouted over the remaining available paths, ensuring continuous access to the storage. What port does Sync Replication Management use? A. SP Management Port. B. I/O Module 1 Ethernet Port 0. C. Fiber Channel Port 4 of SPA and SPB. D. Fiber Channel Port 0 of 1/0 Module 0. Correct answer is A. Explanation. In a Dell Unity XT system, Sync Replication Management typically uses the SP storage processor management port for communication and management of the synchronous replication process. The management ports on the storage processors allow management traffic, including replication tasks, to be handled separately from data traffic. What technology used by Dell Unity XT snapshots is accurately described? A. Redirect on write requires a storage resource reserved to hold original data that changed to preserve the point-in-time view. B. Copy on first write requires no storage resource to create a snapshot. Writes are copied to the parent pool. C. Copy on first write requires a storage resource reserved to hold original data that changed to preserve the point-in-time view. D. Redirect on write requires no storage resource to create a snapshot. Correct answer is A. Explanation. In Dell Unity XT, the redirect on write (RO) technology is used for creating snapshots. The key point here is that when a snapshot is taken, any write operations after the snapshot will be redirected to new storage locations, while the original data that was written before the snapshot is preserved. This requires storage resources to hold the changed data, ensuring that the point-in-time view is maintained. An administrator notices that the communications between UnityVSA and the storage system get interrupted. Which service task should the administrator perform to fix the issue with minimal impact? A. Enable SSH. B. Reinitialize. C. Reboot storage processor. D. Restart management software. Correct answer is D. Explanation. When communications between UnityVSA, the management interface, and the storage system get interrupted, the issue is typically related to the management services or processes that UnityVSA relies on to communicate with the storage system. What is the minimum requirement for a server to boot from a Dell Unity XT storage system using ISCSI? A. ISCSI Software Initiator. B. TONIC. C. Hardware ISCSI HBA. D. CNA card. Correct answer is A. Explanation. To boot a server from a Dell Unity XT storage system using ISCSI, the minimum requirement is an ISCSI software initiator. The ISCSI software initiator is a driver or software application that allows the server to connect to the ISCSI storage over the network, enabling the server to use the storage as if it were a local disk. Block storage resources can be replicated synchronously and asynchronously. Which IP connection characteristic is used only for file-based storage configurations on Dell Unity XT? A. Bandwidth throttle. B. Link aggregation. C. VLAN tagging. D. Network latency. Correct answer is C. Explanation. VLAN tagging is used specifically for file-based storage configurations on Dell Unity XT, particularly when configuring NAS, network-attached storage, for file-based access. VLAN tagging allows the segregation of network traffic into different VLANs to improve security, performance, and traffic management within a network. It's a method used to identify and segregate network traffic across different virtual networks. A user is setting up Dell Unity XT network ports for connectivity between the NAS clients and NAS servers. Which settings can be modified from the Ethernet port properties window in UnityVSA? A. Port aggregation and speed only. B. MTU, speed, and port aggregation. C. Name of port, speed, and MTU. D. Speed and MTU only. Correct answer is B. Explanation. In Dell Unity XT, the Ethernet port properties window in UnityVSA allows you to configure several settings related to network connectivity. Specifically, you can modify the following settings. MTU, Maximum Transmission Unit. This setting determines the maximum packet size for network communication, which can be adjusted for better performance and optimization. Speed. You can configure the port speed for the network connection, e.g., 1 gigabit per second, 10 gigabits per second, etc. Port aggregation. This refers to the ability to combine multiple physical network interfaces into a single logical interface, link aggregation, to increase bandwidth and provide redundancy. What is the role of protocol endpoints in Dell Unity XT VMware storage provisioning? A. Enable transparent host attach operations to snapshots of volume data stores. B. Manage host 10 workload balance between multiple paths to the VMware data stores. C. Establish a data path between the SG host and the respective volume data stores. D. Provide a write-consistent view to the host when accessing multiple VMware data stores. Correct answer is C. Explanation. Protocol endpoints in Dell Unity XT are used to establish a data path between the SG host and the respective VMware data stores. They act as logical representations of the storage system's network connections, providing the necessary communication links between the host, SG, and the storage backend, i.e., the storage volumes or data stores. A system administrator wants to create a pool using a mixture of drive sizes and types within one dynamic storage pool. Which is a consideration to create the storage pool? A. Dynamic pools only support flash drives. B. Dynamic pools only support a single-tier pool. C. The system supports a combination of disk types and sizes in a RAID group. D. The system supports a combination of disk types and sizes in a drive partnership group. Correct answer is D. Explanation. In Dell Unity XT systems, dynamic storage pools, DSP, allow for a combination of different disk types, e.g., SSDs, HDDs, and sizes within the same pool, which helps in improving flexibility and maximizing resource utilization. However, the disks within a pool are grouped into drive partnership groups. A drive partnership group is a set of disks that can be managed together, and these can consist of different disk sizes and types. What is a benefit of Dell Unity XT dynamic pools? A. Enables throughput and bandwidth throttling. B. Improved access to data residing on the drive tiers. C. Protects written data from modification. D. Reduced time to rebuild a failed drive. Correct answer is B. Explanation. Dell Unity XT dynamic pools leverage a tiered storage architecture, which enables the system to place data on different types of drives, e.g., SSDs for high performance, HDDs for capacity, based on the data's access patterns. The system automatically moves data between the different tiers to optimize performance, ensuring that frequently accessed data is placed on faster SSDs, while less frequently accessed data resides on slower, higher capacity HDDs. This improves access to data based on the performance needs of the data, making it easier and faster to access high-priority data when needed. What is used to deploy a Dell UnityVSA dual SP system? A. Dell Unity Init CLI. B. Power CLI. C. HA Deployment Utility. D. VMware Sphere Client. Correct answer is C. Explanation. The HA deployment utility is used to deploy a Dell UnityVSA dual SP system. This utility helps to deploy and configure the system in a high availability HA setup, which is essential for deploying a system with dual storage processors, dual SP. The utility automates the process of setting up the system for optimal performance, redundancy, and failover capability. What are two best practices when configuring host-to-storage connectivity? Select 2. AISCSI should use all HBA or all NIC connections, with no mixing in a host. B. Use multipathing software to manage the paths to the storage system. C. Hosts with CNAs should use both FC and ISCSI to connect to a single array. D. Any single host should connect to any single array with FC protocol and ISCSI protocol. Correct answer is AB. Explanation. AISCSI should use all HBA or all NIC connections, with no mixing in a host. When configuring ISCSI connectivity, it is a best practice to avoid mixing HBA, host bus adapter, and NIC, network interface card, connections in a host. Using either all HBAs or all NICs ensures a more consistent configuration, making it easier to manage and troubleshoot. Mixing HBAs and NICs can lead to potential performance issues and complicate the path management. B. Use multipathing software to manage the paths to the storage system. Multipathing software is essential for ensuring path redundancy and load balancing between the host and the storage system. It helps to improve availability and performance by automatically managing multiple physical paths from the host to the storage system. This is a standard best practice for enhancing connectivity and reliability in storage environments. Which operation can be performed from the Fast VP Settings section in the UnityVSA Settings window? A. Enable scheduled data relocation for a specific pool. B. View the data relocation progress between tiers. C. Exclude the pool from the data relocation schedule. D. Modify the data relocation schedule at the system level. Correct answer is A. Explanation. In the FastVP, fully automated storage tiering for virtual pools, settings section of UnityVSA, you can enable or manage scheduled data relocation for specific pools. This allows the system to automatically move data between different tiers of storage, e.g., SSD, SAS, or NL-SAS, based on access patterns, improving both performance and storage efficiency. Scheduling this relocation ensures that data is dynamically moved based on preset criteria without manual intervention. A storage administrator is provisioning file storage on a Dell Unity XT system. What are the ordered configuration steps? A. Configure the NAS server, then the file system, and then the share. B. Configure the file system, then the share, and then the NAS server. C. Configure the share, then the NAS server, and then the file system. Correct answer is A. Explanation. When provisioning file storage on a Dell Unity XT system, the correct ordered configuration steps are: configure the NAS server. The NAS server is required as it acts as the main container for the file storage services. It manages the file protocols, NFS, SMB, and performs the role of interfacing with the storage system. You need to set up the NAS server first. Configure the file system. Once the NAS server is configured, the next step is to create the file system. A file system is where data will be stored and managed. You define the capacity, protection, and other attributes at this stage. Configure the share. After the file system is created, you can create a share. Shares are directories on the file system that are made available for access by clients using file protocols, NFS for Unix, Linux systems, or SMB for Windows systems. Which snapshot option is set automatically when a pool is configured? A. Total pool consumption. B. Pool automatic deletion policy. C. Snapshot pool consumption. Correct answer is C. Explanation. When a pool is configured on a Dell Unity XT system, the snapshot pool consumption option is set automatically. This setting governs how much of the pool's capacity is used by snapshots. It ensures that there is a sufficient amount of space reserved for snapshots while also considering the impact on the overall capacity usage of the pool. The snapshot pool consumption option helps prevent a situation where snapshots take up too much of the available storage space, ensuring that regular operations of the storage system are not negatively impacted.